Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Play in the Sky. I am Sir Tristan. How do you like my new ship? Looks pretty nifty, doesn't it? This ship is a heavy warship, a Leviathan model. I've called the Kraken. I know the name doesn't line up exactly, but that's alright. We're going to take this thing out for a spin. I've spent a lot of time trying to build up a fleet through combat, and honestly it is quite difficult due to the randomness at which AI units will show up and leave a system, and how friendly AI, merchants and the Republic and things like that, treat ships you are trying to board. And so because of that I wasn't able to progress very far. So I thought, well, you know, Darius Quasar, the character here that we are kind of flying around playing as, maybe getting a little tired of the life of combat. So we're going to take this thing out for a spin, show you a little bit of combat. I have it set to not exactly be automated. I still have to do targets, but firing is automated. Looks like I've got some syndicate characters here. We're actually, if you take a look at the map, we're at a pirate base. So we are just going to help them fight pirates for a little while, just to kind of get some combat out of our system. Wow, there's a whole bunch of syndicate here. Looks like the Syndicate are waging war on these pirates, which is quite nice for me. So I'm just going to tag along for a little bit. Nope, now they're all leaving. That's just going to leave me on my own. Great. If we talk to the planet here, we can try to demand some tribute. But they don't quite go for it. I'm guessing if we had a few more Leviathan-class warships, they would perhaps sing a different tune. But that's okay. For now, we're just going to enjoy blowing up a few smaller ships. There's a good chance we'll be killed as well, because it's possible for a very large number of syndicate ships to show up as well. I do have a rather large loan still that I'm trying to repay due to buying this ship, but once I sell this ship and kind of return to a merchant life to continue with the storyline of the game, or at least one of the main quests for the game, I think I'll be able to make most of that money back and get a pretty good sized fleet of either small or mid-range transport ships. And I think that's honestly the easiest way to get money and to build up a fleet, at least the path of least resistance, and least at the mercy of randomness, really. As you can see, it's a little bit of chaos. I'm actually kind of losing a good number of HP here, and I've been disabled. This guy here, Queen Anne's Revenge, that Falcon, I think it's another heavy warship, just asks for help from a few different syndicate ships. There we go. So yeah, my main goal here, just to kind of show you some combat. I know I promised it for a little while. It took me a little while to get to it. I played a good amount offline, trying to build up a fleet. It is very difficult. Looks like if you watch the radar there, they're kind of chasing this. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Maybe they're flying in to help me now? No. Hey, could you help, please? I would like to get out of here. So yes, combat is very chaotic, very hectic. You're often at the mercy of the random types of units that spawn in, and I've just... Oh, I have one sliver of health left. No, I'm blowing up. And there that goes. Alright, so let's load up. And let's find ourselves a shipyard. The closest one is... Well, actually, let's take a look at the ships we want to get first. We could get some light freighters. Heavy freighters are very expensive. If we take a look at these freighters, we want to... The biggest thing here, right, is going to be cargo space. 120 on the Argosy. 70 on the Clipper. 150 on the freighter, 130 and 50 on the star barge. I guess the star barge is also a light freighter. Interesting. So how much do these? 490 cargo space, 600, 260. So getting a couple hauler 2s might be what we want to do, because we're going to get the most cargo space for our money, I think, and only at 3.6 or 3.7 million. That's actually pretty reasonable. So with the hauler 2 selected, it looks like Mirfak is going to be the only place in the galaxy we can buy that ship. So it's a good thing we're close. Let's head over there. We're going to trade in our Leviathan. Darius Quasar has had his fill of combat. Even though we are moderately intimidating to the other pilots in the galaxy, I think it's time, at least for now, we're going to hang up the combat boots and return to a life of transport, at least for now. I'm sure that I'll be getting into some scraps with my... Go ahead and land with my cargo ships, but obviously that's not the main goal. So my plan here is to sell off... Let's go to shipyard, sell off the Kraken for 17.4 million. Let's go ahead and sell it. So now I've got no ship. I need to pay off this mortgage. But before I do that, let's go ahead and look at the haulers. You know, not fantastic defense, but a lot of cargo space, 260. I think that that's probably going to be... I'm gonna bust out the trusty old calculator for a second here. Should have had it open probably already. I knew this was coming. It's that calculator. Alright, so I want to see what I'm gonna get for my money, basically. The best thing for my money. So let's take a look at a freighter. We got 150. So two of those is obviously gonna be 300, 1.4. What was it? 1.426 times 2, so that's 2.8 for 2 haulers for 300. Okay. So I think the hauler 2 is still going to be a fine choice, and it will simplify things as well. I don't want 60 ships, you know, 60 light freighters, you know, running around. Just because it's perhaps slightly more efficient as far as cargo space goes. Apologize if my voice is going out a little bit. I have been a little under the weather with the weather changing, you know, down here in Houston. It really only gets cold after December. We're well into January, and it's well, cold, relatively cold for the rest of the year. Okay, sorry. I'm just let's go ahead and buy one of these here, and we will call this fella the Rough Ride. We'll go ahead and buy another one. We're going to call this the Apple of Thine Eye. I think we can buy one more and still have plenty to pay off my loan. What's a good name for this one? What's a good name? I'm actually going to jump over to my YouTube channel real quick. Bear with me if you would. Bear with me. Let's go to... Oh hey, I actually have a sub that just subscribed not too long ago. Let's take a look at who that was. May get a ship named after them. No, it's not going to tell me, is it? That's alright. We're just going to go to the most recent Endless Sky video, part 9. And let's go into the comments. Here we go. Alright, I got a good name. I got a name. The Turtle. Someone's posted a lot of comments on a recent video. There we go. We got 3 haulers, 3 hauler 2s. We got our fleet. Let's pay all of this. There we go. Still have 700,000 credits left over. Got our crew salaries here, as you can see. Let's hire some crew, perhaps. Flagship needs 5, so that's 5 crew per hauler 2, so 15 in total, obviously. So now we can go back to the job board, something I've actually not done for a few videos and not really looked at lately. So we want to find some really well-paying jobs. 120. Oh, actually, this is an escort mission. Look at that. Because my, let's go back to the port. No, let's go. Can I press I? There we go. Because my combat rating is moderately intimidating, I actually can get a few combat or escort missions now. Paying 100 and 20,000 credits. Well, that would have been pretty nice. But that's okay. Do we have any rush deliveries? We do. They're not paying out super well, but I think we can do this. 18 tons. Let's accept this mission. And there's another mission here as well. This is going to be some farmers, also to New Boston. Let's accept that. Very nice. Now, because we have so much space, 682 tons left over, we want to pick up probably everything we can along this route. So let's go ahead and look here. This is an escort. I probably shouldn't do that in haulers, though. This is a delivery. We can absolutely take this one. We can take the delivery to calf as well. Chocolate. Very nice. Chocolate to calf. Soul is on the way as well. We can bring some tourists to Earth. Perfect. And then we can fend off the trip at Arcturus. Some mill workers. We can pick them up as well. Excellent. So I've got a great route, as you can see. First stop is Sheraton. So like we did before, let's jump to the trading. Oops, let's go to the map. Look at Sheraton. What is worth a lot there? Electronic plastic. It looks like it's going to be worth the most. Not a lot. 88. That's not a lot, but we can buy a ton of it. There we go. So we just bought 638 tons of plastic. Let's go ahead and depart. Now this ship can jump. These ships can jump 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a perfect amount. For some reason, they're all going different directions there. But we're all lined up now, which is perfect. There we go. Apologies if OBS froze up there for a second, or if the video froze up for a second there. I was tabbing back so I could see OBS and see how long I had been recording and everything like that, because I like to keep tabs on that. I was thinking that I was going to get some larger transport missions to kind of fit the amount of space that I had, but now it doesn't seem to be the case. But that's alright. We're going to trade, and we are going to sell all of the plastic here. We don't want to sell the other things, I don't think. Right, because I think we're still transporting those. Actually we didn't make too much there, just 56,000, so not much of a payoff there, but that's okay. We can go back to the... Wait a second. Let's go to our missions. We got that Sheraton ones, right? Yeah. Okay, good. What's the mission here? Another escort. Oh, wow. A team of 7 scientists need to have their research notes analyzed at the facility in Bluestone in the Bellatrix system. Take them there, then return them to the Sun Drive for 114,000 credits. We should probably accept that as well. There we go. Excellent. Has been visited. So what's the mission here? What's the mission drop off here? The scientists. So they need to go out and back. Okay, so that's fine. So I do need to go to the Ruckbach system. So let me go ahead and actually land back here again. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. A little bit of combat right before I landed. Go to trading. Let's see what's the Ruckbach system need. Needs food. But looks like luxury goods is going to give us the most. So, luxury goods. We can buy a whole bunch. Just 500 is fine. And then we'll jump away. Every time we jump, every time we enter a planet and leave, we are paying some crew salaries, but that's okay. The extra space should be more than enough. Let's go ahead and land. Takes a while to land because the ships don't exactly move fast. There we go. Drop off the cargo, 15,000 credits, not a lot. We can sell our luxury goods. There we go. You know, I didn't mean to do that. Next stop off is going to be Calf. So Calf needs heavy metals, but they need food a lot more. So let's go ahead and land. Pick ourselves up some food to drop off. Go to trading. We know the routine by now, I think. I went ahead and bought it all. Seems fine. Oh, I actually do have missiles. Something I actually haven't experienced quite yet. You can see in the bottom left here. There are some missiles. Let me take a look actually. Meteor missile launcher. And then some blaster turret. Oh, I moved them. Move that back up there. I don't think that matters too much, but hopefully we get to see some of that before too long. Not that I want to get myself into combat now that I am transporting goods instead of fighting. But if it happens, it happens. You know, I'm not going to get too upset. One more jump, and then we'll have another mission complete. Landing on Kraken Station, I do believe that's where I needed to drop off that one bit of cargo. I like that side, that planet color looks really pretty. 280,000 credits, or 28,000 credits rather. Sell off all the luxury goods, or all the food, sorry. There we go. Excellent, and the money's creeping up. You know, I keep doing that. I keep departing when I don't mean to be. I need to look at the map first before I depart. It's going to take me a few episodes, perhaps, maybe just one, to get back into the swing of trading. I'm also going to be completing story missions, by the way. If you remember, I have a mission to scout out all these pirate planets. I'll be doing that too, which is why I kind of took missions that are taking me down in this direction. But that's what I want to get into in the near future. Looks like food, once again, is our valuable commodity. So let's buy 500, 682. Jump to the Sol system. There we go. Got our ships fighting back. And we've knocked it out. One quick jump to the Sol system. Wow, we actually have pirates this far in. Just don't shoot me, whatever you do. My shields are a bit low. There go my ships. Like, yeah, we don't need to land on Earth. Let's go attack these pirates. We dropped off our passengers. Got 62 our tourists. Actually, they want to tour Earth. So that's cool. We're going to sell our food. Hopefully, Earth isn't in too much of a shortage, but... Alright, next stop is going to be... Looks like New Boston. Yes, New Boston. So Rotilicus. Let's see what they need. They need plastic, but they need industrial even more. So let's buy up all the industrial goods that we can. Then we will jump 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can make that. Hopefully you're not getting too tired of these songs. I know only a few have been playing, but I really like them. I think they fit the mood of this game pretty well. Pretty well. One more jump, and we should be at New Boston, where we have 2 missions to turn in. Lots of pirates down here. I'm going to try to just ignore them, though. That was the old me. They, of course, not wanting to ignore me because I'm the player character. They seem to take a bigger interest in me than they normally would. There we go. Excellent. We got about 800 or 80,000 there, which is great. Sell off this industrial. 1.2 million. Not the fastest climb by any means, but we are doing all right. The Octurus system needs plastic, need medical supplies. Oops, I keep hitting sell. There we go. One jump over. Lots of pirates there. That's alright. Should be able to ignore them. As we slowly coast in to New Greenland. No, is that a pirate? No, okay, good. That guy looked huge. 41,000. We're selling off the medical supplies. 1.3 million. Didn't make a ton on that run. Just about 500,000, I think. But that's money straight into our pocket, which is great. Alright, I think what I want to do here, I actually want to look at the outfitters. I need to find a way to get to this system and this system here. So let's take a look. For the quest, that is. I need to get there for the quest. So let's take a look. Local maps are sold all over the place, really. So perhaps I want to jump here. But maybe I'll just go to all three, and I'll get a local map at each place. And hope that the paths to these areas are opened. I'm not going to worry too much about money right now. No more transports. I want to get a few story missions knocked out. I know it's been a long time since I've touched those. But it's time to get back. I feel like we've kind of covered a good length and breadth of what this game has to offer. So I'm ready to jump back into the story missions for a little while. Alright, let's go to the outfitter and buy. Oh, we already have the local map here. Yes, we do. It's hard to know, unfortunately, just by... I think actually it's impossible to know until you actually go to the system and try to buy one. So that's what we'll do. Gonna land on Tundra. This better be a cold planet. Otherwise, I'll be disappointed by the misleading names. Kind of like how Greenland is covered in ice and Iceland is actually quite green, from what I hear. I've never actually been there, but that's just what I hear. Hey, we got a new map. We'll buy it. That's great. Let's take a look. So now we know we can jump through here to Zeta Aquila, and to Hintar. We still don't know how to get here, though. Let's go ahead and jump up to Rosselhague. And I know I'm in transports. These things will die quick. My goal is to not get into combat. Kind of like before. Man, that's a cool looking planet. A molten planet, very close to, looks like probably what, some kind of water-based planet. Oh no, it's a very blue toxic atmosphere of ammonia, sulfur, and methane. Interesting. Let's go to the outfitter. We know we can buy a local map, that will extend our vision a little bit further. There we go. Look at that. I've actually connected all the way down. I can see Napper now as well. So let's do this. Let's jump over to Orvala and see what pirates we'll find there. Shouldn't be any, because we're still really deep in the free world space. But just in case. Oh, it is a pirate system. Prepping to jump back. No, it's actually an empty system. Although there is some kind of ship or pirate presence there. Oh, have they followed us? That's okay. Oh, he didn't want to mess with us. Too many ships. Let's make this jump. And we need the fuel, so we'll go ahead and land. Repair a little bit of damage to our shields. That Sparrow has no chance. Neither does that one. There they go. Oh, that guy, however. He bit into our hull a little bit. No, land. Land. Well, that's disappointing. Do we get to take every one of these ships now? No. Shame. Let's load and depart. We still have to do this. Yep, we gotta do this jump again. Pirates are everywhere, man. I'm not sure if like a narrative is progressing, where pirates are slowly kind of encroaching all across the galaxy, but that is what it feels like. I don't know if I'm just falling afoul of the random generation a bit more, or if there's actually some kind of story evolving in the background. Let's go ahead and land here, where it's a bit safe. I do hope that there is some kind of story evolving in the background, though, as pirates are slowly kind of encroaching on the galaxy. Excellent. By the way, I did think that I did think for the longest time, after each time you entered a planet, the game would still play in the background, you know, because when you come out of the planet, everything would be different. But after all my experimenting with reloading and saving, I found out that it actually just randomizes every time. So as soon as you land, oh good, there's nothing here either. Not that I expected that there would be, but not much of a pirate presence. But each time you land on a planet, it basically despawns everything that's in space around that planet, and then when you depart, it kind of starts the scenario over again. That's one of my ships. I don't know how it got there before me, but the turtle had handled itself just fine. Oh, that's a pleasant looking place. Arabia. Lots of deserts, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can make the jump to Hintar. And then we'll just have one other system left to check out. Once we do that, we can return to... I actually don't even remember where we need to go to report back. I think it was one of the free worlds that we needed to report back to in order to complete this quest. Same thing here, no pirates, that's good. Let's jump back out. Thankfully, these ships actually don't move very quickly. Their top speed is actually very low, so when they warp into a system, it's very easy for them to slow down and turn to prep for another jump. So that means that hopefully I shouldn't be in too much trouble. One last system. It's actually going to take us 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually not going to get there. We'll be able to get there very easily. Going to take us all 4 of our jumps. But we are in relatively peaceful space. There are the occasional pirate or 2 or 3, as it happens to be right in this very system. But again, I jump so quickly in this large, kind of slower moving ship. The pirates aren't too much of a threat, really. There we go. We've landed, or we've arrived. Gonna land on New Holland to restock, and then check out the last place for this quest. Eventually. Alright, nice. Got one jump here to this unexplored system. I actually don't know what's here. Not a thing. And it's the dead end, actually. Alright. Let's get back to safety. Go ahead and land. And then I can take a look and see if I can't figure out where to go drop this quest off. Missions. There you go, pirate reconnaissance. Here's where we need to go. Lots of quests here too. 9 tons of reactor grade plutonium. An escort. Let's take this 150. I don't know how this is gonna go. Let's see. Let's take this 150 for the escort quest. 90,000 to escort them. Cool. Looks like I got all those quests. Let's depart. I'm assuming 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can make that. So let's all jump together. Hopefully they follow me. It looks like one of them did not, actually. Maybe he is. Maybe he's just a bit slower. So I'm just going to keep making this jump. Assuming that I've never done an escort mission before. Assuming that these other ships will catch up. It looks like they are. There we go. One's still in okay, good. Hopefully it joins us here in a second. We'll go ahead and land. I may have to go back for it, though. Oh, no, it arrived. That's good. The escort worked great. Here we go. You report to Freya that you found a sizable pirate fleet in the Napper system. No, we didn't. As well as spotting some pirates elsewhere. She thanks you and pays you 80,000 credits. Thank you for your assistance, she says. Again, I'll be in touch if we need you. Let's depart and land again, because I feel like there's more to do here. Wasn't there more things to do here? Oh, I bet there's multiple places to land. I bet that's what it is. Looks like there's perhaps some place out here to land. No. Oh yeah, you can. There we go. Gonna land on Charon Station. Looks like it's actually over here near this planet. There's our escort down there. Zong's mule. They apparently want to go fight. They don't really care. You guys gather to me. Gather to the flagship. Come on. We got places we need to be. $90,000 for that, and $8,000 for the plutonium. Seems like I would get a bit more transporting plutonium, but maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We kind of got ourselves back into a good trading groove, I think, and we're going to progress with any kind of storyline that we can find as well. I know that there are at least a few in the game that you can follow, so we're going to keep that up, see if we can't find some good stories that we can share. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.